1,470 jobs, the top of the 1,470 jobs that were announced in 1991. The last of those employees only left in December of last year. We're now only 6 weeks into the year and a further 830 jobs announced.
Representatives from BAe Hatfield Council were due to meet the company late this afternoon. There's growing alarm about the continuing downward spiral of employment in the area. The council says the cuts will take unemployment to more than 20% in some areas. It blames government for failing to develop an aerospace policy.
Aerospace has always been a long-term industry. Long-term investment for long-term returns. And industry, together with government, must find a way of tunnelling through these short-term problems to enable the long-term rewards to be gained.
It was the Civil Aircraft Division at Hatfield that bore the brunt of today's job cuts. It reflects the severe toll the worldwide recession is taking on the industry, with orders for commercial jets becoming fewer and further between. Our business and industry correspondent Marie Kinsey reports on the background to today's announcement.
The so-called Whisper jet, the 146, has been a British Aerospace and a Hatfield success story. It's operated by 45 airlines around the world, and there are firm orders for 222 of them. It's the only jet given permission to fly into and out of the city airport in London's Docklands. The first scheduled service to Zurich starts next month. But BAe is under pressure from other aircraft manufacturers and says if it's to stay competitive, it's got to cut costs. Industry expert.
In Holland, there's Fokker, which has got a well-established, the Fokker 100, which is a direct competitor with the 146. In Germany, soon they're going to lead a consortium to make another one, another jet, which is going to be a precise competitor with the 146. And out on the other side of the world, in Indonesia, they're going to make another aircraft, which is another precise competitor. If British Aerospace is not ready to meet all this very, very stiff competition, it's simply not going to survive.
British Aerospace has had a tough 2 years. 10,000 jobs have gone in less than 18 months, 6,500 of them here in the southeast. They include 2,000 at Kingston upon Thames in November 1990, nearly 1,500 at Hatfield in March 1991, and 850 at Stevenage at the same time. The companies had to cope with the double blow of recession, which hurt air travel, and swinging cuts in defence spending since the end of the Cold War. As a result, next week, British Aerospace is likely to unveil an £85 million loss, its first since 1987. In 1986, the company began a cost-cutting programme involving redundancies, plant closures and sell-offs, which they expect to save them several £100 million a year. And as part of that process, the business was split into 4 main areas: defence, commercial aircraft, cars and property. But the defence side of the business faces an even more uncertain future. BAe is angry at government delays at ordering a new short-range missile manufactured at Stevenage, but faces intense competition for the order from France, Germany and America. And there's concern about the government's major defence deal with Saudi Arabia, which could be worth up to £25 billion for British Aerospace and is vital for its survival. Negotiations for stage 2 of the project have been dragging on for months, and no decision is expected now until after.
Good evening. The bitter dispute